In this video, you'll learn 2 of 5 ways Millennials and Generation Z will transform the workplace. As a generation speaker, trainer, and consultant, I spend my days thinking about how Millennials and Generation Z will impact the workplace of tomorrow and how leaders and organizations must adjust to capitalize on the trends. The reason Millennials are the most highly scrutinized generation of all time is because they put a face to the change that every industry and every individual is facing in today's turbulent times. Now more than ever, the next generation provides data points into what's next. What's next for your business, what's next for your leadership, what's next for your communication, what's next for your marketing, etc. The better you understand the emerging generations, the better position you'll be to thrive in 2019, 2020, 2021, and beyond. Here are 2 of the 5 ways Millennials and Generation Z will transform the workplace. Number 1, learning and development becomes paramount. 71% of Millennials who are likely to leave an organization in 2 years are dissatisfied with how their leadership skills are being developed. And more emerging Generation Z professionals are likely to forego a traditional college education to go work for an employer who offers university-like training. Quote, Generation Z students are asking corporate recruiters whether companies will help them get new skills as jobs shift. End quote, says James Miniaka, chairman of the McKinsey Global Institute. Learning and development is critical because it's one of the few organizational aspects that touches every phase of the employee life cycle. Learning and development will be even more critical moving forward because the emerging generations know they will have the highly varied and the longest careers of any generation before them. Learning and development will be the lifeblood of their careers, and they'll be looking to their employer to provide it. As work cycles spin faster and faster, the reskilling and developing of employees becomes paramount. Cutting-edge companies like AT&T, GE, Visa, Qualcomm, and IBM are investing in microlearning platforms, much like 21mil.com, to help them pivot into the world of continuous and on-demand learning and development in order to attract and retain Millennials and Generation Z. Number 2, B2B buying and selling evolves. The internet has forever changed how consumers buy and sell goods and services, but it has yet to transform B2B buying and selling at the same magnitude. Dwindling are the days of solidifying new B2B partnerships via a handshake on the golf course. 73% of millennial workers are involved in decisions to purchase products or services for their companies or their own business. And 34% are the sole decision makers regarding purchases. As more and more millennials step in decision-making roles, they will be open to reevaluating long-standing relationships and legacy processes or procedures. Did you know buyers are now as much as 57% of the way through the buying process before actually engaging with a seller? Millennial B2B buyers cited internet search and vendors' websites as their top 2 means of researching products and services. And 82% of millennial B2B buyers said mobile devices were important when researching new products and services. Historically, the sales process has been very linear: qualifying, educating, creating interest or need, closing. But the millennial B2B buyer prefers a different process. The millennial B2B buyer will gather information up front by consuming information via social networks, videos, blogs, podcasts, etc. As a result, sellers have to do much more attracting versus prospecting.